Hey, how's it going, everyone? New World Order Survival Guy here. Today, I want to get into a couple topics. First and foremost, I want to get into the Trump Second Amendment bullshit that he's doing, and some of it that just don't make sense. He's putting, basically making gun owners untouchable, which is a crock of shit. Because if it was untouchable, what the hell is the deal with here in Colorado, California, and a few other handful of states? It's almost like it doesn't involve them. Trump is the Fed of all feds, right? He has the executive chair. He's talking pro Second Amendment, this, that, signing all these bills and all this shit, and making it for years to come. So, Constitution, Second Amendment shouldn't be messed with, right? Wrong. Colorado, their Senate is sitting there passing all the shit. They tried to go a certain length, but it didn't quite work to that extent where they're banning all semi-autos. So now they're, basically doing the watered down bills that are still very unconstitutional. And what is Trump saying? He is doing nothing to compensate for our losses with this unconstitutional shit. You have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You have to go through all these loops and all this shit, get special permits, and at the same time be under this registry and all these special permits and shit which is completely unconstitutional. Trump isn't saying shit about the states that need the attention the most. If this only applies to pro-gun states, then what's the point? Because it's already golden in those states. We need some action from Trump, the deceiver. Now, California needs some action from Trump now. Is this one of them things where, like, the marijuana laws here in Colorado, it's legal, blah, blah, but at the same time, it's still nationally, federally illegal for some reason. I don't smoke marijuana anymore, but I'm talking about in hindsight, it's federally still illegal, while Colorado flips the bird and says it's legal. And they had shops open all over. You can go buy it anywhere. Now, does federal have control over states? Yes, they do. Especially when it comes to the Constitution. The Constitution is the rule of the land, and the president absolutely has the power to step in and control what these states do. All they have to do is go in there and do it. So I'm not going to get in this part of this too much, but the president absolutely has control and the ability to step in to Colorado, California, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all them states where it's a pain in the ass for the Second Amendment to be upheld by the law. So, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. I mean, I know Trump's a crooked son of a bitch. I know he's playing games and shit like that. Fronting like he's doing something, but he's not. I don't know who the hell he's making these bills for and these proposals for. But it's not where the people actually need it. Because he hadn't said a word about the legislation that's pushing through these unconstitutional Second Amendment states. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely asinine that Trump ain't saying shit about that and doing something about it. So, moving on. We are going to jump into the Doge stimulus checks. Now, I looked high and low, and the Doge dividend stimulus passed. Would it pass? I don't know what the fuck it passed. But the word is it did pass. I was trying to look up who passed it. It passed Trump's approval. Okay, we already knew that. That's why it's out there in the first place. But it does kind of look like it's going to happen. Supposedly they're going to be bypassing Democratic approval. So let's go over some of this. Proposal, tax cuts. All right. So presidential Trump's tax priorities. Let's go over that. No tax on tips. This is what he's putting out there. This is his proposal. It's already to the second stage. So let's go over some more. No tax on tips. Okay, that's great. No tax on seniors' Social Security. No tax on overtime pay. That's going to help with a lot of Americans because a lot of Americans are putting in a lot of overtime to make ends meet. So that is something positive, or at least in hindsight, positive for the American people. Renewing the Trump tax cuts from 2017 for the middle class. So he's going to renew that. I didn't notice the difference, but whatever. Adjusting the SALT cap. So let's see what that's going to do. Eliminating special tax breaks for billionaires, sports team owners. I know our tax dollars goes into a lot of corporations, such as the bailouts for Walmart, bailouts for cruise liners, bailouts for airliners, bailouts for a shit ton of some of the richest corporations in the world. And when that COVID shit happened, they're taking hits too. They were recouped by our tax dollars, our tax incentives into their pockets. Why does our tax dollars go into private corporations when they let mom and pop shops go down the drain and bye-bye? Well, that's for you to decide. I've already decided. I already know. Because they're trying to eliminate people's private businesses, mom and pop shops, and bring up these major corporations because it's easier to control the people. It's easier to put whatever they want in the food and other shit that they produce and make and distribute. It's all about control. Those major corporations are only where they're at because they serve the public on their knees through government and other major, bigger corporations such as like BlackRock, Big Pharma, these crooked food industries that set rules and regulations that basically controls them. Look, you follow us, you do what we say, you put this and that in your food. Otherwise, you're going to be eliminated as a business or corporation. It goes with the farmers. It goes with everything. Closing carried interest loopholes is another thing that Donald Trump proposed. Tax cuts for made in America products. Which, okay, that seems okay. I'm just letting you know what's in his proposal that he's put down. Now, let me explain to you how this works, how the process works. There's 4 phases that things have to go through for it to be passed and be done. Phase 1, budget resolution. This sets the overall spending amounts. So that's what they propose for this. Phase 2, which we're in now for Trump's tax cuts, is to vote on the budget resolution. It goes to the House and Senate. So that's where we're at now with Trump's bill. Phase 3, which is the next one, is a reconciliation process. Committees draft the legislation, which means this is where they write the bill. And they present it to Phase 4, which is voting on the bill from the House and Senate. So that'll be the final phase for this big Trump tax cut bill, which is pretty big. It has a lot of shit in it. Now you get some of these YouTubers and shit that say, "Oh, Trump wrote this bill already," and they didn't mention nothing about taking off tax for tips and stuff like that. No, the bill hasn't been finalized or written yet. It's the next stage after Phase 2 that it's going to be brought out. All the details of that bill brought out to legislation. So, just hold on. I'm sure this stuff will pass. I'm really looking forward because I work a lot of overtime. So I am looking forward to no tax on overtime. So that's what we're dealing with right now. We're waiting. And this also includes, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe this includes the Doge stimulus checks. According to a White House representative, that it looks like it's gonna pass, especially since they're skittle diddle with the Democratic votes on this. I don't know. We're going to see. But I just want to keep you updated and maybe give you a little bit more insight of what they got to do to pass this and where we're at with this. I'm following it closely. I watch some of these other YouTubers and they're kind of jerking the chain a little bit on the facts. They're just like trying to get people's hopes up on you know, when they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. So hopefully it'll pass. I know some of you out there don't want the checks. I don't know what the hell planet you come from, but most of us could use these checks to recoup a little bit from all the heartache of the way this economy is going and everything's skyrocketing. It could help a lot of people. And besides, it's our freaking money anyways. It's our money that they've been spending on Sesame Street in Afghanistan, transsexual freaking surgeries all across the world and shit. Nah, dude. Reel that shit back. Reel that shit back. So, anyways, that's really all I got for today. I just want to give you somewhat of an update. Sorry, I can't tell you more. We're still in a waiting process through these phases, through legislation, Congress, and the House. So I will keep you posted. I will keep you updated. Just wait for the news. And hopefully and supposedly once this passes, it's going to come through pretty quick. So, all right, Trump, where's that Second Amendment here in Colorado? Where's it in California? Unbelievable. So I know they got some people. There's a lot of groups out there, legal reputation, just groups, lawyers, activists, all sorts of types of committees that are really hounding on relinquishing our Second Amendment rights here in Colorado. And we need something to happen fast because these people are not stopping trying to take away our constitutional rights. Because you disarm the people, then you're at the mercy of tyrants, and anything can happen, like we've seen in many cases throughout the world when they disarm their own countries. So it's very crucial that everybody stands together against tyranny, because they're trying to disarm us for a purpose, and it's not the purpose that they make it out to be. The whole idea is to disarm the world. That's the ultimate goal. That's why the United Nations has this international disarmament program that they've had for many years. Their ultimate goal is to disarm the international civilian societies. Because what are they doing about the criminals that have firearms? The ATF, FBI, all that is focused on taking away our constitutional rights to defend ourselves from the criminals with firearms that come and take your children away, that rob you at gunpoint, that does this and that. They're not focused on the real issue. They're focused on law-abiding citizens and taking their constitutional rights of taking their firearms from them. That's their focus. That's what they're there for. ATF, you don't even hear shit about alcohol and tobacco. They're there for, they're supposed to be there to take away and go after illegal enterprises with firearms. They're not even messing with that. They're coming after law-abiding citizens. So there's changes being made. I know there is, and they're rearranging and letting a lot of these people go from ATF and shit like that. But man, I don't trust it. I don't believe it. I think there's something just as sinister, if not more. Because remember, you hear from these Trump supporters on YouTube and shit like that. Oh, Biden and his red flag law. No. Trump came up with that. Don't forget that. That was Trump's idea. He did that. Remember? Take guns first, due process later. Completely unconstitutional. And a bunch of other shit he's done. Don't trust any of these characters. Any of these puppets. All we want is to live in a free damn country, man. It's not going to happen because they're going to keep on pushing because they got an agenda. These secret societies that run this earth have a big, massive agenda. And they're not going to stop because they control everything. They run everything. They have all the money in the world. They have everybody paid off. They're taking baby steps. They're spoon feeding it into our asses. But they know exactly what they're doing. They are masters of psychology. They got the best people on earth working on this. All we have is our common sense, our dignity, and our Constitution. So you got a willing society that's willing, well, some of us, willing to step up for our rights. But it's not enough because we don't have enough people. There's too many stupid people out there. There's too many people getting mind ambushed by these political and non-government organizations, these NGOs that push propaganda out there through the commercials, through the news media, Operation Mockingbird, that these Mockingbird mainstream media paid billions of dollars a year to put out and speak these agendas of these NGOs to normalize demonizing our constitutional rights. Act like it's some old paper and it's time for a new change and blah, blah, blah. Nah. They want you disarmed. They want you silenced. They want the big brother mass surveillance system to run our lives. That's why they have these damn AI shit. That's why it's so big. That's why they're pushing towards it, because they want everybody to think, oh, it's cool, oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but no, these things are going to forcefully control your lives. You can't sue an AI machine for taking your head off for anything, they program it to be, and they can always deny it and all this. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. So get what you can get while you get it. While you can get it. Don't stop prepping. Don't stop preparing. Because if you don't get this stimulus check, Sesame Street. A bunch of other stupid shit. So anyways, please like, share, subscribe. Any comments, drop them down below. New World Order Survival Guy. Catch you on the next one.